Now let's get into today's topic. We're going to explore something that's not only relevant to Iraq, but might also have implications for you personally, whether you realize it or not. The conversation around Iraq's currency, the dinar, and whether or not it will undergo a revaluation, or RV as many call it, is ongoing. However, it's important to set the record straight right from the start. As things currently stand, the Iraqi economy is continuing to operate using the dinar, and there is no urgent push or official movement toward a revaluation at this time. While Iraq is making progress on multiple fronts, a currency revaluation is simply not on the government's priority list. It's not being openly debated in political or financial circles in any meaningful way. That said, we shouldn't ignore the importance of this issue or its potential to evolve. Even though the revaluation isn't imminent, the broader conversation about currency value, economic reform, and financial stability in Iraq is very real. And this could eventually lead to changes that affect not only the nation, but also individuals, perhaps even you. Many people see currency reform as a distant or abstract issue, but it can hit closer to home than you might think. For instance, did you know that shifts in international currency policies could have a direct impact on your savings, your purchasing power, or your ability to invest wisely? That's why today's topic is more than just a theoretical discussion. It's about understanding how potential changes could shape your financial future. A concept gaining attention in Iraq is the idea of a fixed international exchange rate. At its core, this means pegging the value of the Iraqi dinar to another major currency, such as the US dollar, at a consistent, unchanging rate. The idea here is to bring greater economic predictability. Imagine waking up every morning knowing exactly how much your currency is worth globally. There's a certain peace of mind in that. Right now, Iraq's economy is still feeling the impact of years of instability. Fluctuating oil prices, political transitions, and external economic pressures have all created an environment of uncertainty. In this context, a fixed exchange rate is being explored as a possible tool for improving economic confidence and protecting citizens from the shocks of unpredictable currency swings. While this isn't a confirmed direction yet, it's a conversation that's happening more and more among financial experts and everyday Iraqis alike. So what could a fixed rate mean for you personally? If adopted, you would have more clarity about what your money is worth in the global market. This could change the way you think about saving, spending, and investing. It also encourages long-term planning, since the value of but this also ties into something more personal, your own financial habits, or what we might call your inner rate. Consider your monthly expenses, how much you set aside for savings, and where you choose to invest. These all make up your personal financial rhythm. If the broader international rate becomes fixed, you might need to think differently about how you manage your money. For example, picture wanting to buy a phone that costs 500,000 dinars. If the exchange rate is stable, that might consistently translate to $340. But in a system where the rate fluctuates, you could suddenly find yourself needing more money to make the same purchase. That's why understanding these dynamics can have a real impact on your everyday decisions. Let's talk about the potential consequences, both positive and negative, of moving to a fixed rate system. On one hand, you'd likely see greater stability in the local market. Prices for goods and services could become more consistent, making it easier for consumers and business owners to plan ahead. Investors, too, might be more confident knowing their returns won't be heavily affected by exchange rate shifts. On the other hand, a fixed rate limits flexibility in responding to economic disruptions, and implementing such a system isn't easy. It requires significant preparation and strong institutional support. If you're thinking about how to respond to these potential changes, there are a few important steps to consider. First, stay informed. Keep up with economic developments through reliable news sources. Changes in monetary policy can happen gradually, but they often start with subtle signals. The more you know, the better you'll be able to adapt. Second, consider talking to a financial advisor. They can help you navigate any shifts in currency policy and adjust your savings or investment plans accordingly. Third, keep your budget in good shape. During times of economic uncertainty, having a clear and realistic financial plan is essential. And finally, stay connected with your community. Talk to others, ask questions, and share what you learn. Collective awareness can help more people prepare together. All of this leads us to a much bigger picture. What we're talking about isn't just about currency reform. It's about a country in the process of rebuilding its economic foundation. Iraq has faced years of hardship. The drop in oil prices, Prolonged conflict and government instability have all contributed to its financial challenges. But recently, signs of hope have emerged. For one, public discussion around economic reform has increased. We're hearing more about it in the media, and financial experts are weighing in. A few months ago, Baghdad even hosted a major financial conference that brought together key players from around the world to discuss strategies for economic. At the same time, the Central Bank of Iraq has started implementing smaller yet significant reforms, adjusting its policies and tightening the financial system to create a more reliable foundation for investment and growth. As these efforts continue, they lay the groundwork for larger changes down the line, such as a possible revaluation or fixed-rate implementation. Small businesses are starting to see increased customer activity. Local shop owners like Fatima, for example, are reporting more sales and renewed consumer interest, indicating that people are regaining trust in the economy. And we can't ignore the growing public awareness surrounding this issue. Citizens are becoming more informed and engaged. They're asking questions, holding officials accountable, and demanding transparency. This cultural shift could be one of the most powerful forces behind sustainable economic reform. Education and awareness are tools for empowerment, and they're helping people feel more prepared for the road ahead. Of course, challenges still exist. Corruption, political hurdles, and infrastructure gaps could slow progress. But despite that, the momentum is building. There's a growing belief that real change is possible. And as the evidence piles up, from policy reforms to growing investor interest to changes in consumer behavior, it's becoming harder to dismiss the idea that something historic may be on the horizon. So what can you do right now? Keep learning, stay engaged, be proactive, and above all, take control of your financial awareness. The more you understand these topics, the better positioned you'll be, no matter what happens next. If you found value in this video, please consider giving it a like and sharing it with others who might benefit from this information. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let us know how prepared you feel for the potential changes coming to Iraq's economy. Your voice matters, and together we can build a more informed, financially aware community. Thanks for watching, and I'll